Right, here we go on Dreadysays, something completely different. Now I do say that quite frequently, but this one is. It is the Garmin Fenix 6X Pro. I've had it for about 6 months now, and I'm going to go through it with you and see if it helps you with your swimming, your workouts, your paddleboarding, checking general stress levels, heart rate, all that business. And I got it really cheap on Amazon. It was on sale, and we're going to go into that towards the end of the video. Stick around, check it out, a bit of multi-camera stuff up here in the studio, and we're going to see if it's any good for you. Right, straight off the bat, this thing is huge. It's the 61mm version. Grumbly dog in every video. I think it's the 61mm. Let me have a look. 51mm. So it's the 51mm version. That's the X. Now, I went from a Vivo Active 4, which was a teeny tiny little thing, about 36mm, I think. It was tiny and I didn't like it. I put this on for the first time. I was like, nah, it's too big. It's not going to happen. The reviews on Amazon and generally are, it's too big, blah, blah, blah. Now, I don't have massive wrists, and it fit absolutely perfectly. And after a couple of days, didn't even notice I was wearing it. And I certainly don't now. It feels weird if I'm not wearing it, but that is the same with a lot of watches. So battery life, I'm getting around 3 weeks of battery life with it. Take that, Apple Watch. And that's using it with the GPS function, general swimming and general use. You will get a lot longer if you're just using it as a watch, but that would be a waste because this thing has a lot of awesome features, most of which I'm probably yet to discover. It's one of those watches, you get bored, you haven't got your phone on you, what you're going to do, you just start playing around with it. It's like, oh yeah, I've got full GPS maps. It's measuring my sleep, my stress, my blood ox, all that kind of thing. All without me realizing it for a little while, but now I do. So the main reason I bought this watch was because it does not have a touch screen. Now, some of you might be thinking, well, it's faff, it's buttons, you've got the 5 buttons on here. Game changer. The Vivo Active 4, the Huawei watch I had, the GT3, and all the other watches that had a touch screen did actually do presses, especially when I was out surfing. You know, little droplets would activate and just mess everything up. You get used to the buttons on this and you don't have to worry or mess around with a touch screen. So that's a huge bonus. So let's have a look at it. I'm going to now go full Naboo. For those that have seen the Mighty Boosh, turn my back on you and show you. So here it is. This is an aftermarket strap. I do like Velcro straps. My old G-Shock that I got in the late 90s, that had a very similar strap. Now, the beauty of this system is, this is the old strap that it came with, like a silicone band, and it was okay. It was all right, but this was about 30 quid off Amazon, and it literally just clips in. And can I literally just clip it back in? Yes, there you go. So, I'm using an aftermarket watch face. I will put in the description what that's called. I forget off the top of my head. And basically going through it, let me just clean that screen. I've been swimming this morning and I think chlorine isn't a fan of it. So going down through, it tells me the weather, sunset, which is useful. Compass, look, that does work. How my body battery's doing. Last activity, that was this morning, a little lazy swim. Health status is obviously off because I've got the watch off. Call Virgin Pensions tomorrow, I need to sort my pension out. So it's got the notifications. I've had no problem at all and this is a big factor, I've had no issues with notifications. The GT3, the Vivo 4 just wouldn't like notifications, especially WhatsApp. This, all my Dreadysays stuff as well through Facebook, etc. comes through here. And you can set up custom responses and just reply to them on the fly. Right, back to this one. Temperature, I think that's not going to be my temperature, is it? Or is that ambient? I don't know. So many things. Stress at the moment is bizarrely quite... Ooh. I've just put the watch back on, so it's calibrating. There we go, low stress. What could be stressful about this? Surely. So, we come out of it like so, using that button. The bottom button is for Spotify if you hold it down. There you go, and you can control Spotify through it. Press up top right, you can set your custom sort of modes. I've only got bike, strength, SUP and pull swim. And holding the top left button, you've got a Garmin Pay wallet. I use that all the time. You don't even need to have your phone with you. It is magical. And timers, alarms and other things, which you can also access through the middle click here. And yeah, watch faces, that's the one I'm using. I think it's called More Data or All Data. Oh, that's quite nice. Oh, that looks like a... Is that a wave thing? That might... Oh, it's height. And it sort of comes with these default dull ones. But I do like my all data one, this one. It's got everything I need. It's heart rate. That's what that graph would have been, heart rate. So it's got my heart rate there. Tells me everything I need to know. Sunrise, sunset, that is very useful. Use that all the time. But anyway, it's time to check out the app. Now, don't know why I turn around for you. Turn my back on you again. And this is the app. So, all my swims, all my data, all syncs with the app straight away. It only, as soon as your watch, especially when you're swimming, you've not got your phone on you, it takes a few seconds and it all syncs up. So if we look at my lazy swim this morning, took my sweet time. Been quite poorly recently, so I'm just getting back into it. So swell stroke rate and pace per 100 meters. Yeah, when I was a swimmer as a kid, I got down to 59 seconds for my 100 meters. That isn't happening ever again. So what else does it do? It sets you everything up. You've got your Garmin Pay, text responses, everything's there. It's actually a really solid app. Now, if we were to look at the calendar view, these are basically everything that's gone on in the day. So yesterday, I went paddleboarding in Huntingdonshire. I didn't, I was canoeing. Check out the shot I put up, but I didn't set the canoe thing up. It worked fair enough. I slept, well done me. Medium heart rate, body battery, blah, blah, blah. So if we go back to today, I don't know why I just stuttered there. Got my pull swim, and we've seen this before. So if we wanted to look at all of the activities, we can go to top left, activities, and we want to look and cut back in. Just got a message. Hello, Jamie. This is my swimming, and we'll look at the last month. I've been quite lazy with it. I'm getting back into it. From May till June, only 4K. I should be averaging that about every week. It shows all my activities. Over the year, I've swam 37.8 thousand meters, so just shy of 38K, average weekly. It's got everything you need. I don't need to show you all this. I will show you the paddleboarding though. Activities. Paddleboarding, it's a custom, isn't it? Ooh, okay. All activities. Paddleboarding, North Warwickshire, stand-up paddleboarding. Was I? What was I doing there? Let's find out. Oh, of course, yeah. I went to Cliff Lakes. See Chris Kenyon and the Central SUP guys, of course. So you get the map, you get your distance, how many calories. It was only a half hour. It was a lesson that we were, like a demonstration we were doing, so it wasn't very strenuous. And it's a lake, so you can see I started it at the other end of the lake and then we paddled down. And that's really handy because I'd forgotten I'd done that. So if we look at the canoeing yesterday, this is how accurate the watch is. When we got out of the water, so my friend's son, 5-year-old, wanted to have a little paddle. It's still wet there, and that's the little path we took whilst we were chasing the dog around. And that's pretty much all you need to know. It just works. It's superb. It will tell you your training status. I have an aerobic shortage apparently. I thought I was working out better than that. And your sleep, everything's here. Recent activities, calories in, calories out. Now you need to track calories in yourself. You need to actually put that data in. Now I use NutriCheck, which helps me when I am calorie counting. If I do want to cut a bit of weight, makes me sound like I'm a fighter. I'm not. If I want to get all that sort of winter timber off, I've got 9% body fat at the minute to try and get rid of. You know, I will calorie count and the app will track it and it will keep an eye on you as well, which is really handy. So all in all, I'm getting 3 weeks battery life. It works for SUP. It measures your strokes as well. It's been a while in video since I've had to do the paddleboarding mime for strokes. Great battery life, everything works. It's just a big thumbs up. If you've got any questions, because there is so much I will have missed out of this because I'm not going to turn it into a 30-minute epic, please let me know. I'm well invested now. You won't be able to see it, I don't think, but on Amazon, at the moment, this is £550. Keep an eye out for sales because I got mine for around 180, 200, I believe. And I just swapped in the Vivo Active 4 for it, so it only cost me about 60 quid. I wouldn't pay that much. I mean, that is crazy money. I mean, the 7, let's have a look. The brand new 7X Pro, learn to type. Okay, it's £829, whereas the solar is 619. Now, I would have loved to have the solar version because obviously it's charging when you're out, but 3-week battery life. Charge it every couple of weeks. You'll never ever run out of juice. Keep a spare charger in the van. Hopefully the van will be fixed soon. And that's it. This watch will be featuring heavily next week when I get my Magwheel Trotter T1 hover balance scooter boardy thing. That'll be tracking all my data because I can rely on it. So that's it from me. Bit of a long one this, but I love this watch. I bought this with my own cash. Garmin, far, far too big and impossible to get hold of for any sort of press related things. So there we have it. All right, guys, do us a favor, give us a like, give us a subscribe. Commenting below as well helps me just as much. If you don't want to subscribe, hit the notification bell, get all that kind of stuff going. I'm on the uptick now. It's happening. I'm halfway to my 1,000 and it's because of all you guys and I really, really appreciate it. You are the best. As I say to Baxter occasionally, it's a good boy. Now, I'm not saying you're all a dog. So we're going to leave it there very quickly. And normally I will sign off with my signature's a grand word, but my usual sign off. But we're going to let 5-year-old Caden do it for us. You take care.
Had all of my fun.
Yes! See you in a bit.